When I have a full day of meetings, back-to-back meetings, it is really painful. So much hurts. My back, my butt, my knees, my brain. My brain hurts probably the most. Complete mush, especially after an hour, especially after the 2-hour mark. After the 2-hour mark of like, let's say a 6 to 8 hour day of just constant meetings, I'm pretty much checked out. It doesn't matter if I enjoy the topic. Doesn't matter if I'm excited about the topic. I'm not excited anymore. I'm checked out 100%. Um, I've had too much. Too much. I definitely watched the clock. Tick, 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 tick. The seconds by. Super, super painful. But it is where my eyes are constantly going. That or I silently cringe as the presenter shares their slides with me on my laptop and everyone else. And then the presenter shows the slides up on the big screen and reads them verbatim to us. It's very, very exciting. And a lot of these slides are really dense with text, usually like really small too. And even when I'm like super close to it because it's in front of me on the big screen, but then it's also on my laptop, hurts my eyes like a lot. The speaker is usually starts by asking questions that I feel like I should know, but I also feel like it's a trick. And looking around the room and seeing other people with confused looks makes me feel super insecure. So I always start out either really insecure about things that I should know, or I start out just in this awkwardness because we get up and have an icebreaker where we tell a perfect stranger something either trivial or personal about ourselves. And so that's fun. Presenters also always trying to like make partnerships happen very unorganically, which is really amazing when you are an introvert. Sometimes I ache also just to run away from people too, because especially after the like fourth hour, I'm peopled out like big time. I also find myself when I do have breaks wandering the halls and like delaying the time it takes for me to get back. Feigning interest in something that's on the wall, right? Like, oh, this is great business artwork. I wonder what they were thinking when they made the circle with the square and all the three chose to use the three colors. Like I just feign it so I don't have to go back. And there's so much more I could get into, but all of this creates boredom, creates frustration, definitely insecurities, a bad attitude. I found myself very grumpy, super, super grumpy. Does it sound familiar? It should if you're a student. You experience this every day, Monday through Friday, except where you get like maybe 4 minutes, maybe if you're lucky, where you can get up from one class, like walk the hall to another class. We get more breaks than you as adults. As an adult, I don't have to beg anyone to use the bathroom. They're just going to assume, yeah, you have human needs. Go do it.
When you gotta go, you gotta go.
I get fresh air. I'm actually encouraged to go outside. I can stand and stretch if I feel the need to. We usually also get snacks, which is really interesting. Every single meeting day that I've had, there's always snacks offered. There's always, people having coffee. There's always people like having breakfast. Sometimes lunch is offered, and they eat like in front of the presenter, like in the class. They're also able to, if they want, chew gum. They're able to go refill their water if they need to. It is super exhausting, even with all of those, I guess, perks that students aren't allowed. Most students aren't allowed. The average student has to deal with this day to day, this mental exhaustion, this constant, sit down for 40 minutes, 40 plus minutes, and then walk for 3 minutes and then sit again for 40 plus minutes, sometimes 90 minutes if it's like a block period, to all these different subjects And it doesn't matter if they really like the subject. They might be interested for a little bit, but scientifically, they can only retain so much in a limited amount of time. Just like me, I leave bored, exhausted, frustrated, grumpy, uninspired, and usually with very little information that I've retained, just like our students. And so I know this isn't the whole story. There's a lot of factors at play. It's very complex. But that being said, if it's difficult for adults to get through a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hour day of constant strands, constant meetings, whatever you want to call it, where we feel checked out, where we are exhausted, where we're putting our head down, our mind is wandering, or mush. How are students dealing with it? Just because it's like a norm, like normal, like they do it all the time, like this is what they do, doesn't mean that it is that they can cope with it. Doesn't mean they can make what's happening to them, mental and physical reaction to nonstop lectures, to nonstop control, to nonstop feeding of information, that they can just push that aside and be like, okay, I'm here. I'm like really excited about this. I'm continue to be really excited and really engaged and really curious about what all these teachers are teaching me throughout the day. So it's not the full story. It's probably not even a chapter or a small chapter, maybe. As a teacher, I know, I see it. There's so many cracks. There's so many things that need to be rethought. And this is one of them. So bad behavior, the exhaustion, it comes from somewhere. And if we have a hard time with a full day of professional development or meetings or conferences, but we understand it, so we kind of just suck it up and deal with it. But nonetheless, we are also irritable. We're also exhausted. We're also not retaining much. What's going on with our kids? Just something to think about.